Alright guys, Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey. This is Tech-Minded Family out here at the park, hanging out with my son, doing a little bit of Parks on the Air action. And we're right here on the lake at, this is US 3050. Keep wanting to say kilo, I can't get it out of my head. They changed the park identifiers from kilos to US for the United States, and everybody's struggling with it. It's still about I don't know, a few days in to the change, and it's hard to get used to it. Anyway, having fun out here at the park, just relaxing, and I got the radio going in the Jeep. Let's take a look at the setup and see if we can make some contact. Okay, we have a custom tailgate bracket back here to hold this 35-inch tire, and so we have a mount built into it, and I've put some all thread on here, and I've got it set up with some straps that just stay in place. We've got a 20 meter tuned position here, and I use the power poles to quick connect between 20 and 10. Those are the primary bands I use while mobile. And then we've got a little shorter whip than a standard 103 whip, and that allows me to go through some drive-throughs without a problem. It just bends over, not an issue there, and it works pretty well. Being up on this all thread, essentially it's kind of a center mounted coil, which gives me a little bit better transmission out. The signal will come mostly off of the coil, whereas if you mounted it normally down here, you've got to contend with the rim and the back of the Jeep and all this other metal and the defroster that's on here. So having it up higher away from all of that is proven to be pretty good. Making quite a few contacts easily, even during a contest weekend like this weekend. So yeah, let me know what you think. Probably not the best install, but this little guy here was only I don't know, $3 for the extension, and I can cut it any length I want. Oh, okay. So anyway, I like the setup. Works pretty well. Let me know what you think. Alright, so signal reports that come in are generally rated on a scale of 1 to 9, and we will talk about how clear you can hear the person and then how strong or how much power they have in their signal. So you'll hear people say 5.9. That would be, in theory, a perfect signal. You can hear them a 5, which is the highest number for clarity, and then a 9 would be the power or strength of that signal. So as you can see here, this bounces around, kind of peaking around 5, somewhere in there. Oh, there went to 7. So if I could hear this person perfectly, I would call it probably a 5.7. But as you can tell, I'm off frequency, so I can't really hear them. Let's see. Okay, so I can hear this person clearly, and their signal strength is bouncing 7. I might even call that a 5.8, so that's a pretty good signal. But as you can hear during the contest, the entire band is either good signal strength where you can hear them clearly, or you're off frequency, but the power, the noise that they emit off of the side of their frequency that they're transmitting on is still very high. So when you're trying to receive signals to talk to someone, the person you're talking to signal must be higher than the noise that you're receiving at that moment. So let's look around here. For example, if I move to 258, so somebody is off frequency here, but their signal strength when they transmit is still a 5.7 to 5.9. So it's probably over here. Alright, so you wouldn't be able to really talk to many people on the 14258 because he's slightly off frequency and his signal strength is still high. So we'll have to, there's just nowhere between those two stations that we could operate. Okay, so that's what it sounds like pretty much all the way through the band, and the band goes from 14 to 25. through 14,350, and that's for the general licensed individuals. But anyway, this is a good indication of what it sounds like on these bands during a contest. Trying to make contacts or find a free frequency to talk is very difficult. Just kind of have to pick a spot between two stations and go for it, and use filters to filter out the noise on either side of the frequency you choose. Kilo November 6, Kilo India, 5-9 in the park, over.
Copy the 5-9, you are 5-7, California.
Thanks for the 5-7, California, I appreciate you, 73.
73.
Kilo 5, Echo Delta Whiskey, QRZ.
Kilo November 4, November Golf Kilo.
Kilo November 4, November Golf Kilo, QSL.
Roger, Roger, 5-5, East Tennessee.
Thanks for the 5-5, got you 5-6 in the park here in Texas, and 73.
73, have a good evening.
Kilo 5, Echo Delta Whiskey, QRZ.
Kilo 8, Golf Quebec. Charlie.
A Gulf Quebec station.
Kilo 8, Golf Quebec.
Kilo 8, Gulf Quebec, I've got you a 5-7 in the park, over.
QSL, also 5-7, West Virginia.
Thanks for West Virginia, I appreciate you, 73.
73. November Kilo, India 6, Kilo Golf Charlie.
Kilo India 6, Kilo Golf Charlie, QSL.
QSL, Luke, I've got you 5-9 into northern New Mexico tonight.
Roger, Roger, I've got you about a 5-8 here in Texas, I appreciate New Mexico, 73.
73.
Kilo 5, Echo Delta Whiskey, QRZ.
November 2, Juliet, India, Mike.
November 2, Juliet, India, Mike, QSL.
Yep, roger that, Luke. Give me 5-4 into Minnesota, QSL.
Copy the 5-4 Minnesota. I've got you 5-5 in Texas. Appreciate you. 73.
Okay, roger that. Have a happy rest of your Easter and take care. 73.
You as well. And this is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey, QRZ.
Kilo 4 Golf Delta Juliet.
Kilo 4 Golf Delta Juliet. I've got you 5-7 in the park. Over.
Roger, 5-7 both ways. Orlando, Florida. QSL.
Thanks for Florida. Have fun out there. 73.
Hey, you have fun out there, lady. Thanks for being out there. 73.
Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey, QRZ.
Alpha Delta 4 Golf Golf.
Alpha Delta 4 Golf Golf. I've got you 5-6 into the park. Over.
Roger, Roger. I've got you 5-9 at the west of the
I've got the 891 mounted now in the vehicle. I've got a kind of a custom mount here, just using a ram mount attached to this custom mount that hooks right onto the grab bar in the Wrangler, and just mounted a CB mic clip. Pretty clean little setup here. I got the tablet set up, mount at the top. Got the FTM400, little switch setup for the different devices within the Jeep, and the phone holder. Got the tablet here on the steering wheel for doing a POTA activation. So far we've got about 29 in the log. Hoping to get a few more before we roll over to the night shift. Late shift, I should say. And then, yeah, it's working pretty well with the Wolf River coil hooked up on the back. Let's take a look at that. Contest is over.
Hey, roger, roger. 59118. 18, thank you. 73. 73.
Is this frequency in use?
Please, go ahead.
Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey. CQ parks on the air. CQ parks on the air. Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey calling CQ and standing by.
73, have a great evening.
Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey. QRZ.
November, Quebec, 8 Mike. Mike Zulu.
November, Quebec 8.
November, Quebec, 8 Mike. I got you 5 and 5, Indiana.
November, Quebec 8 Mike. 5-5 Texas. Appreciate the 5-5 Indiana. 73.
73, good luck, bud.
Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey.
November 8, Golf Mike Zulu.
November 8 Golf Mike Zulu. QSL.
QSL, QSL, I got you about a 5-6. 5-6 into Michigan.
Thanks for 5-6 Michigan. I got you 5-5 here in Texas. Over.
Roger. Thanks for the bar. 7-3.
Thank you. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey at US 3050 QRZ.
Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel.
Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel. Good to hear you this evening, and I got you about a 5-9.
5-9 as well, guys. Well, now let's thanks for late shift.
Thanks for North Carolina 73.
7-3.
Kilo 5 calling CQ and standing by.
Kilo 7 Hotel Tango Mike.
Kilo 7 Hotel Tango Mike. I've got you a 5-8 in the park. Over.
QSL, thank you very much. You're also a 5-8 Idaho.
Thanks for the 5-8 Idaho. I appreciate you. 73.
7-3.
Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Kilo November 4 Delta Yankee.
Kilo November 4 Delta Yankee QSL. Appreciate it. 73. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Kilo 4 Charlie Victor India.
Kilo 4 Charlie Victor India. I've got you 5-9 Texas.
Okay, 5-9 Central Georgia. And can I get your part number?
QSL park number US 3050. Over.
Thank you, 73.
73. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Kilo November 6 Zulu Alpha Tango.
Kilo November 6 Zulu Alpha Tango. I've got you 5-9 in the park. Over.
Roger, you're 5-9 in Southern California.
Thanks for California. 73.
73.
Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Whiskey Alpha 4 Juliet Alpha.
Whiskey Alpha 4 Juliet Alpha QSL.
Roger, WA4JA. I have you 5-9 into Tennessee. Over.
Yeah, thanks for Tennessee. Got you 5-9 Texas. I appreciate you.
Hey, thanks for the Tennessee, the Texas contact there, 73.
Thank you, 73. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Kilo Golf 7 Lima November.
Kilo Golf 7 Lima November 5-8 into the park. Over.
Thank you for the 5-8. You are also 5-8 in Oregon.
Thank you for Oregon. I appreciate the contact. 73. Happy Easter. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ. Kilo Golf 7 Charlie Oscar question mark.
Kilo Golf 7 Charlie Oscar America QSL.
Last letter again. Was the last letter America Alpha QSL?
QSL Charlie Ocean America.
QSL. You came up to a 5-5 on the last over. I appreciate you hanging with me. And copy the California contact. Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Kilo India 5 Oscar Victor Alpha.
Kilo India 5 Oscar Victor Alpha. 5-9 in the park here in Texas. Over.
Roger, Luke. I have you 5-7 November Mike. 5-7 New Mexico.
Thanks for the 5. This is Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey QRZ.
Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor.
Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor.
QSL Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor down here in Brownsville, Texas. I have you 5-5.
QSL sounding really good here, about a 5-8 up in northern Texas, northeast Texas. All right, we had a successful activation of US 3050 here in Texas, and we did a normal activation. Then we stayed past 7 p.m. Central, which throws us into the late shift, which is actually the next day. So if we were to come out here after, maybe 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, that would be considered the same day as right now, since it's after a 0 Zulu time. So that's how they keep them together each activation day. So anyway, we got 60 total, about 30 for each of the days of activation. And great time out here at the park, just operating here from the Jeep. Let me take a look here at the lake. 73 is from Kilo 5 Echo Delta Whiskey, and our future ham radio operator, Mr. Jonah.